Ukraine has carried out a series of further attacks on logistics warehouses and oil infrastructure in Russia overnight. The governor of the Moscow region said 5 people had been killed and 10 injured in an attack on a warehouse south of the capital. Russia's biggest online retailer, Wildberries, said another of its logistics facilities near St Petersburg has been set alight in an attack. It comes as Moscow accused Kyiv of deliberately targeting civilians after a drone hit a beach on Monday on the Black Sea coast, killing 7 people. According to reports, the drone may have been targeting a nearby Russian naval base. Our Russia editor Steve Rosenberg is in Moscow and has more on the overnight drone attacks.
Russian officials say that early this morning, an industrial park south of Moscow was attacked by drones. According to the governor of Moscow region, a fire broke out at a warehouse. He didn't specify who runs the complex. Also, an electricity substation and an administrative building were damaged. According to preliminary information, at least 5 people were killed and 10 wounded. There was also a drone attack near St Petersburg. Russia's largest online retailer, Wildberries, confirmed that one of its warehouses there was on fire and that staff had been evacuated. And also, the governor of Tver region, that's a region between Moscow and St Petersburg, he said that a Wildberries warehouse facility had been damaged there. Now, since last month, Ukrainian drones have attacked a string of Wildberries warehouse facilities. It looks like an attempt to disrupt the operations of a big Russian company that is used by millions of Russians.
Steve Rosenberg. Russian officials have accused Ukraine of deliberately targeting civilians. Ukraine hasn't commented on the Black Sea drone strike, but has always denied targeting civilians. Here's our diplomatic correspondent, James Landau.
In this war, both sides say they don't target civilians, but civilians are paying a price, even on the beach. The drone strike happened at a resort near Zelenchik on the Black Sea coast. The authorities said 7 were killed, including 3 children, with 40 wounded. Witnesses said there were no warning sirens. The sound of gunfire suggesting the drone may have been hit by air defences or electronic jamming, according to Ukrainian media. But the governor of this region, which is popular with Russian holidaymakers, accused Ukraine of a deliberate strike on civilians. Russia's foreign ministry accused Ukraine and its allies of terrorism. No word yet from Russia's leader. Vladimir Putin was thousands of miles away in Siberia, enjoying the noisy adulation of hundreds of young people. No comment either from the authorities in Ukraine. But civilians were dying there too. This Russian strike on a petrol station in the Dnipropetrovsk region killed 3, including an 8-year-old boy. And just a short drive away, a funeral for a family wiped out by a Russian missile strike last week. Coffins for the parents and 3 children, but none for 5 other children still unaccounted for. Back in Russia, another Ukrainian strike on a warehouse owned by Wildberries, the country's largest online retailer. For Russian businesses and civilians, this war is coming closer to home. James Landau, BBC News.
Vitaly Shevchenko is BBC Monitoring's chief analyst. This is his assessment of why Ukraine is taking this action.
Well, there are several possible reasons. 2 are being given by the authorities in Ukraine. For example, President Zelensky says that Wildberries, as a marketplace, has been involved in selling military use goods, such as radio communications equipment, ammunition, bulletproof vests. But it has to be said that the share of equipment supplied to the Russian army via Wildberries is negligible. Then President Zelensky says that he wants to take the war back to Russia. That's the phrasing he uses. So if or when Russians see the horrors of war and are personally affected by it, what will they be able to do about it? It's a big question, because protesting or influencing the Kremlin's policies is difficult and dangerous. A third theory that's gaining traction in the past few days is that by attacking Wildberries, a huge company, really important company, Ukraine is trying to undermine Russia's banking system. The thinking maybe that if Wildberries goes under, it'll take down Russia's banks as well.
And it isn't just, though, as we must remind ourselves, that it's a one-way street here. Russia is still continuing to attack Ukraine regularly.
It is, and it's also been targeting big retailers in Ukraine, such as Epicenter, which is a DIY building chain of shops, also Rozetka, which sells electronics equipment. Overnight, Russian glide bombs hit Sumy, which is a city in northeastern Ukraine. 3 people were killed. 2 of them children, a 5 and a 10-year-old girls, and also a woman. In Mykolaiv in southern Ukraine, another person was killed. So it's another morning where people have reportedly been killed, both in Russia and in Ukraine.
Vitaly Shevchenko from BBC Monitoring.